Dah.
Okay, hello everyone. We are from group 2. We will explain about the topic. Our topic is direct method. Okay, we will start from me. I will explain about the definition and the history of direct method. The first one is history. The direct method, always called natural method, was established in Germany and France around 1900. It appeared as an answer to the shortcomings of the grammar translation method. Direct method, or DM, or nature method, introduced by Francis Guin and Charles Berlitz. This method appeared due to several factors of dissatisfaction with GTM. This DM was first introduced in France but received little response. This method received support in Germany, Scandinavia, and eventually the French community accepted this method. This method has one very basic rule. No translation or into the mother tongue of any kind is permitted. Therefore, in the direct method, the meaning to be conveyed directly uses the target language through the use of demonstrations and visual aids without using the student's native language. Okay, now about the definition of direct method. The definition of direct method or understanding of the direct method is derived from the word direct, which means direct. The direct method or direct model is a way of presenting foreign language subject matter where the teacher directly uses the foreign language as the language of instruction and without using the language of the students in teaching. If there are words that are difficult for students to understand, the teacher can interpret them by using teaching aids, demonstrating, describing, and others. This method is based on the understanding that teaching foreign language is not the same as teaching natural science. When teaching exact science, students are required to be able to memorize certain formula, things, and member. So, in language teaching, students are trained to practice directly pronouncing certain words or sentences. Even though the words or sentence are still unfamiliar at first and are not understood by the students. Little by little, the words and sentences will be pronounced and can also be interpreted. Okay, we will continue our discussion.
Okay, next is aims of direct methods. The direct method aims at establishing a direct bond between experience and expression. According to direct method, the students should think directly in target language. For example, when we learn about the English language, we will see this where E stands for the English language, N for the native language, and C for the concept. Usually, when the teacher explain it or give the definition about the material, the student will think or translate it to the native language, then think the concept. But in the direct method, students should think about the concept directly in the target language. Next. Then the principle of direct method. First is reading in the target language. Object or picture should be used in the class. Native language shouldn't be used in the class. The teacher should demonstrate, not explain or translate. Students should think in the target language. Next. Pronunciation should work in the beginning of the class. Students learn how to ask as well as answer the questions. And self-correction facilitates language learning. Students should be encouraged to speak, and the grammar should be taught inductively. Next. Then the technique that used in the direct method is are reading aloud, question and answer exercise, getting students to self-correct, conversation practice, fill in the blanks, detection, map drawing, and paragraph writing.
I will explain the advantages of direct method. First, students are motivated to be able to say and understand the words of sentences in a foreign language taught by the teacher. Moreover, the teacher uses teaching aids and various kinds of fun media. This method uses a relatively large number of teaching aids, whether videos, films, radio tapes, tape recorder, and various media or props are made by themselves. This method attracts students' interest because they feel happy or interested, so the lesson is not difficult. Students gain direct and practical experience, even though at first the spoken sentences is not fully understood. The speech tool or tongue of students become trained if they receive the words that were often heard and pronounced at first. Next is the disadvantage. Teacher can be passive if the teacher is unable to motivate students. Maybe even students feel bored or feel irritated because of the words and sentences spoken by the teacher can be never can never be understood because the teacher only uses foreign language without being translated into children's language. At initial levels, this method seems difficult to apply because students do not have material or vocabulary that has been understood. Although basically this method, the teacher should not use everyday language in delivering foreign language learning materials, but in reality, this is not always consistent. The teacher is forced, for example, to translate difficult foreign language words into the language of the students. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.